Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right in my living room in the wee hours of the morning. Where I do what I do for you. Today I got a nice quick lesson for you. Hope you enjoy it. Let's go. Right is 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. Message in a story for life. I give life lessons. You receiving them. I'm gonna keep giving them. Let's go. I appreciate you. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment, knowing yourself a little better. Right thinking's way of life through spiritual and through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka knowing thyself. Next, excuse me, that's the mission statement. Now the question: do you know you? Know thyself. It's a creed left by the ancestors. It goes: a person who knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. Tune in. I can teach you. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and believe that they know dangers, avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. I can wake you up. I got the knowledge to do that. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to Maat be true. That's my respect that I pay to my goddess, Maat, aka same as your prayer. At the end of a prayer, you say Amen. Hope you understand that. Today, speaking of Maat, right thinkers, let's talk. I got a little tidbit. It's called Maat and Selfless Service. What Maat represent, the lifestyle of Maat that right thinkers profess. I'm gonna bring you up to speed on that. A little quick, ain't gonna be long, but it's gonna get you something. Hope you get to understand. Again, I'm just trying to get clarity of what I do. Okay, here we go. Another lesson in what right thinking is about. Selfless service is an important ingredient in the true development of living the right thinking philosophy, way of life, what I call spiritual lifestyle. I use spiritual discipline to coordinate my lifestyle, hence spiritual lifestyle. Okay. Now, as a right thinking master, which I am, you will have to have the right attitude of seeing and serving the divine in everyone and every creature. We are all God's creatures. And you, as a right thinking master, should think of yourself as an instrument of the divine, always looking to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate everyone who wants to learn these things, aka right thinking philosophy, as a teacher and somebody who lives what I do, what I believe when I teach. It's important that I get that message across to the students. Why? Because I want them to understand it ain't just a bunch of this, it's a bunch of what you do. You should show, you should represent what you do. As right thinkers, you should walk proud, conduct yourself in a respectful manner. Somebody say, yo, what's the right thing about you? It's not a perfect example. If nothing else, it got the brothers to stand up straight. I respect that. Okay, understand that. You can always find the good in any and everybody's situation. That's all you got to do. You always find the bad. I like to find the good. It's more inspirational because you can use it to your benefit when you can find the good in something that somebody else is doing that you may not do. Here you go. And here is a few things you will have to do in order to be a servant of Maat, aka right thinker. Yeah, there's rules that govern what we do personally, and we all should understand. And if you're following that, those are rules that you abide by. I ain't telling you what you have to do. If you choose to follow this, these are things that you obligating yourself to. The first thing you will have to do is learn to master your body. That means workout, physical fitness, your speech. Learn to speak Makaru, from the heart, be honest. A deceitful person, you can't be a right thinker. Of course, we are heartfelt people and we speak from the heart. And be able to control your thoughts and your desires that may put you in a bad position. I call them fetters. That means if you're going to do something that you know is wrong, you should know or be ready to suffer the consequences. Just like when you know you do something right, you get blessed. It works both ways. It's a double-edged sword. It cut both ways. Okay? Now, if you're a right thinker, aka living my concepts, or she taught that, you know that, you will see yourself as an instrument of the divine, which is a sage teaching and instructing people how to obtain knowledge of self and get to the next level of enlightenment, knowing thyself. So when this life is over, you go get your heart weighed. The philosophical concepts that I profess in the right thinking in the Maat concept is for you. Watch this. You want to bring harmony, peace, and help any and everyone in the world with the Maat concept. Watch this. Since all human beings and nature are true expressions of the divine, Ra, so by serving human beings, right thinkers, or the like, nature, you're actually there for serving the supreme divine self, God, aka self. Okay? It's important that you understand the philosophical concepts, and that way you can symbolically put everything in perspective and understand it and use it to your benefit. You have to understand how to use the aspects that you use to better yourself with. They call them God and goddesses, but they're aspects. Understand that. Trying to get that point across. Okay, now watch this. As a right thinker, your focus is just doing your part by what? Performing what we call a selfless act. I would do something without hope or fear for reward for that act. It's a selfless act. I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do. That's what I do on a day-to-day basis. That's what I call Maya. That's what I call right living. Do the things, do the right thing. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. That's just right thing in philosophy. Hold yourself accountable to do just that. What's this? And doing your part by performing selfless acts and meditating, praying, meditating, and to the divine, God. You do your part, you live your life, and guess what? God will handle the results or the rest. Wow, they say put it in God's hands. Put it in God's hands. Let God fight your battles. I got to tell you, that philosophy was not mine. That philosophy was not an ancient Egyptian concept. I learned that one from my pastor. And when I took that advice and used it, it worked. Now it's part of my repertoire because now I understand that phrase. I didn't before I told her, so I never let God fight my head. If you're spiritual, you'll understand what that means, okay? And if you're ignorant, you probably won't. But where we at? Let me get over here. I'm almost done. It's going to be quick. All right. Once God handles the things that you can't handle, they got a phrase they say about that. I ain't got time for that. But watch this. When you live Maya, a.k.a. right thinking, or what I call right living, you're living without egoistic concepts, a.k.a. no set. When your mind is free of bad thoughts, ignorant concepts, and bad views about and giving into your desires and fulfilling your own self, me, I, when you get past that, when you understand how to rise above that, that's enlightenment. Why? Because you conquered your ego. Your ego is your biggest challenge when you're fighting that spiritual battle. Understand that, right, thinkers? Hope that was informative for you. I got some more. I'll be back.